Hey friends, welcome back to OG Universe. Thank you so much for stopping by today. On the turntable, we're taking a look at the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Build to Connect Plastic Man JLA Aquaman. This figure is definitely a very interesting retooling of the Endless Winter Aquaman that came out quite a while ago. I believe it was in 2022. Quite a few years ago, and lots of figures and a lot of upgrades. But let's take a look at what we get in the figure. Unfortunately, you don't get that much, to be honest with you. What you're getting here is the Aquaman figure. You're getting the two normal arms for Plastic Man. You also get the trading card of the artwork that's adorned on the back. Display stand. It's a bit of a bigger window box that's standard for the Build-A-Figure figures. And you also got that really nice rendition of Plastic Man and the artwork. Cross-sell of what you get, parts you need, what goes where, what goes what, and there you go. That is your Aquaman packaging. Now let's take a closer look at the Aquaman. And right off the hop, you can tell they put a lot of love into this figure. I mean, they could have really just painted on this armor shoulder piece, which I'm so glad they didn't, because look at the detail. They added all the dents, the bang ups, man, and it's cast in this beautiful silver paint that looks absolutely amazing. In person, it pops. I don't know if my camera does it justice, but man, in person, it is a bright metallic silver that looks just phenomenal, as well as the gold embellishments on his belt. It looks fantastic, very eye-catching. The only thing, his claw is beautifully sculpted. It does have a lot of dings and dents in it as well. It is a little bit of a lighter shade of gold. I would have liked a bit more metallic on it. Even at the, well, I guess the base of the hook, he has some embellishments there for battle damage, and this does rotate as well. So you got some movement there, which is very nice to have. But the head sculpt, when I first saw the solicitations, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so they straightened out the side eye that plagued that Endless Winter Aquaman, but they did a completely new casting of the head sculpt. The only thing they kept really is the hair and maybe the beard. But we'll see. We'll take a closer look at that figure in comparisons. But man, it's cast in this really nice skin tone. The entire plastic cast for the skin tone looks phenomenal. Very realistic. We've talked about the skin tones, the painted faces and stuff like that, or the absolutely palest white casting. I mean, this one hits the mark perfectly. It just looks great. It catches a true, more realistic skin tone for your action figure, and it just adds that extra bit of quality that I absolutely love. It makes the figure feel definite, a good, high quality action figure that you're getting for a really good price. Now, premium has a lot of different conjugations, so to speak. Premium can be a Mezco figure. Premium could be a Hot Toys, which I think is an ultra premium, so that's so out of the realm of my price and budget. But this to me feels like a good quality, high premium action figure for my own personal taste. I'm not spending like, you know, $100, $120, $90 for an action figure. I'm spending $26 and I'm getting this, which to me is premium. So if I say premium, that's my opinion of premium. Everyone can have their own opinion of premium, and that's fantastic. But I think this guy, man, for what you're getting, it's unbelievable good quality. Now, it does have a really good heft to it in weight. It's solid plastic, not hollow. It's not that Ocean Master from the Page Punchers, which unfortunately was a little bit hollow feel to it. It's very lightweight. It's beautifully sculpted. Razor sharp. That is a dangerous figure. For all the razor core that it has on its armor, man, it's sharp as hell. But still, it goes into the Aquaman family, so to speak, with his Rogues Gallery, and that's awesome. I think we are going to do an Aquaman perspective. I think just on the Aquaman, there's been so many versions of Aquaman that Mcfarlane has produced, but also on his Rogues Gallery and companions. You know, Aqualad was his only companion, plus Storm. But we could do some of his villains, so to speak, and maybe do a little comparisons and do a little bit of an Aquaman, history of Aquaman, so to speak, from Mcfarlane Toys. But yeah, phenomenal figure, guys. This looks so damn good. The joints are nice and tight. You do have excellent fluidity in the range of motion in his arms, legs. And you can get him in some cool poses, put him on a flight stand, get him in some dynamic swimming battle poses against Black Manta or Ocean Master. Very cool. Really, really well done action figure. God damn. I'm even compiling my top 10 action figures, and I didn't even know this guy would be on it, but he might be on it along some other surprises. So stay tuned for that. But let's take a look at some of the articulation this figure has. So that's a really good range of motion to look downward. Now, because of the sculpted hair, the long hair, he can't look up too much, unfortunately. But he does have a really good side attitude. He has the spacer joint in that nice flesh cast plastic. Blends in perfectly. You do have that extra range of motion with that butterfly hinge. You also have the ball joint, bicep cut, double jointed ratcheted elbows. You have some articulation at the wrist as well. Ball joint on the other hand. Now for looking up, the range of motion is pretty darn good, so you can get him into some dynamic swimming poses, coming out of the water all fierce-like. Can move forward pretty good as well, so nicely done there. So he does have the ball joints in both the upper abdomen and lower waist, and there's some dude cutting his lawn. Hopefully that doesn't come out on the video. That noise is damn loud. Keep on trucking, bro. And he also has a ball joint at the hip, double joint ratcheted knees, ball joints and toe articulation, side pivot rocker, everything cast into that ankle. Now, by the looks of things, he does have the sculpted ball joint there. On the opposite side, he has the regular ball joints on the inner. There you go. So, articulation is definitely there. This is a tremendous looking Aquaman. I want to bring in the original Endless Winter Aquaman. And let's take a look at these two guys side by side. I love how we can have such a diverse Aquaman. You know, that's Aquaman, different costume. That's what's really cool. You got to refresh your characters every once in a while. He's been very standard Aquaman in the design and aspects of his color, the green, yellow, sometimes gold, and the orange. Now, there is, I believe, back maybe late 80s, early 90s, there was an Aquaman limited series where he had this camouflage ocean costume, which looked awesome. I remember the artwork for the cover was phenomenal. I would love to see that guy in some sort of gold label chase edition. I think that would be fantastic to see. He had these swirling kind of ocean effects going out through his costume, short hair as well. So there you go. Hopefully my friends, Mcfarlane's kind of engineers are thinking maybe we can make that a different version of Aquaman, make it a gold label, do some really cool stuff with Aquaman. But yeah, I like the way these two guys look. And then let's take a look at the heads here. So the heads, I think really the only thing that's the same is the hair. The hair has a bit more texturing in the sense of some overlay of washes on it, where this one's pretty much just a straight cast. The beard looks a little bit more segmented and sculpted on the Endless Winter version, where this one is kind of a more realistic, true tone version of that beard and the color scheme as well. Everything looks really sharp. Definitely like the way these two guys look. And we'll bring in a couple other versions of Aquaman. We got the Jason Momoa Aquaman, which it's almost like, you know, a classic version, just movified, you know, amplified. You got the extra embellishments on the wrist gauntlets, the boots, the side skirt. It's a very stoic, very large, imposing looking Aquaman as well. His chest is a bit broader. The armor segmentation on the shoulders looks great. The coral armor looks absolutely sculpted fantastically. I say fantastic a lot, but man, these figures are so phenomenally done, as well as all the texturing on the legs as well. Man, it's just brilliant, fantastically done. Like that Aquaman a lot. And then you got the most recent release Aquaman, and that is the digital version, digital wave figures with the NFT. This is your classic Aquaman, which I've waited a long time for, that clean classic head sculpt. And this figure does get a bit of flack, I fear, from certain collectors because it looks cheap. That yellow's cast kind of ugly, but it's true to tradition for the casting of, you know, from the 70s. This is your classic looking Aquaman. He wasn't sporting around a gold trident. He had yellow, and it kind of suits that time period where this figure comes from. And I kind of appreciate it because, you know what? It definitely has that superpower retro kind of version and look to it. I love this head sculpt as well. This is a phenomenal head sculpt. And again, cast in that really nice, realistic skin tone. The hair is beautiful. It's got nice texturing to it in a wash. Really great comparison between these two guys, and man, this is Aquaman, but two distinct versions, and they both look phenomenal. Look great on your shelf as well, man. Just phenomenal looking Aquaman figures. Now let's bring in a couple other figures. This one here, I do like a lot. This is a great body buck. And this is, of course, the Animal Man using that Blue Beetle body buck. What I really like about him, simplistic, but came packed with a lot of accessories. Definitely check out my video and my real good thoughts, or excuse my extensive thoughts on Animal Man in comparison to my Mcfarlane Collector series. But these two guys look cool, maybe being your Justice League of America, JLA. And then let's bring in some of his wave mates. We got the Batman from this series. He is a hulking Batman. This is the Three Jokers version. Body buck. It's cast in black. He looks really cool. I did swap out the head and I gave him the Jim Lee Hush 2-pack kind of grit and teeth version, which I just liked a bit more. The original head on this was the Three Jokers Jason Fabak rendition. Just sat too low. Really limited articulation. So I thought, okay, let's swap them out, and I think this is a really good improvement. I really do like this Batman, starting to grow on me. At first, you know, I wasn't too fond of that head sculpt and just kind of like certain aspects of it. Again, we got this really bright yellow with the black body suit, and it just kind of contrasts really nicely. It does have the Batman 89 kind of resemblance in the simplicity of the costume, the gauntlets as well, and just there's a bit of a blue wash kind of put into the gauntlets and the boots, and I'm still on the fence if I want to switch that up and repaint it into a flat matte black or a glossy black. Haven't decided yet. Head sculpt was a good change, and it's turned out to be a better figure once you do a bit of modifications to it. And then we got our other wave mate, and this is the electric blue Superman, which I absolutely love. It is, again, such a simplistic figure. Doesn't have a lot of sculpted details. The head sculpt is killer, but it captures that electric blue Superman to a T. We got the red one in the background, the Platinum Chase. I think these are two of the must-have figures, maybe for this year. I'm putting a bold statement out there. I think maybe for this year, these two are must-haves. If you're a Superman collector, you got the nostalgia goggles on, or you're just like really taken and really like the variants of Superman. There hasn't been a ton of variants of Superman like we have seen in Batman figures. So it's great to see something different and something executed so damn well. So there you go, guys. We're taking a look at this Aquaman, and man, he is an overwhelming success. He is so well done. Absolutely captures this look, this essence. The sculpted details are fantastic. The colors, the paint, executed extremely well. So definitely a must-have pickup. You're an Aquaman fan, you're gonna need this figure to add to your collection. Plus, you're gonna need the build parts to create this Plastic Man, which we're getting really close to. We got Green Lantern to take a look at, and then we're gonna do a review on the Plastic Man and maybe an overview of everything. And of course, some shorts and some fun stuff we'll have going on as well. But guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all the feedback we've been getting regarding your opinions and my thoughts and the action figures themselves. And that's what it's all about. Collecting DC Multiverse, having fun, enjoying your collection. Try not to get too frustrated. Eventually, you'll find these figures. I lucked out just recently. I made a short regarding the Steel figure. I went to this very, very small town for an appointment, and lo and behold, an hour away, sitting on the shelves at Walmart, were two Platinum Chases of Steel. I picked up one, left one for another collector, hopefully to pick up. But yeah, you never know what you're gonna find in the wild at certain stores, maybe the out-of-the-way stores you don't really frequent that often, Comic Cons, maybe you'll find something really good on some sort of marketplace. You never know what you're gonna find. So keep collecting, keep positive about your collection. You know, you're looking for that Platinum Chase. Hopefully you'll find it one day. Don't give up, but have some fun collecting. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my playlist for more DC Multiverse videos if you want to see some more of my thoughts and opinions on these really fun action figures. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned. We'll see you in the next one, and have an awesome day.